sitting at home.
Looking for video games.
Guess you could call us Vidya Bros.
Welcome to Vidya Bros. Like, it's really weird, even if it's like, well, it's my money, why should that matter? But like, I don't see the problem. But it's like, yeah, I guess it's like a rude thing.
I guess that makes sense, but whatever.
Oh yeah, there's an egg up there. So you can get a coconut probably from this tree and get an egg.
Killing 2 stones with 1 bird.
Or
Wait,
as,
reverse it.
or as Sandy said in one episode of SpongeBob, frying 2 fish at 1 skillet.
Must skillet.
No, I said frying 2 fish in 1 skillet.
I said my skillet. Then my home skillet.
Oh, okay.
Let's go get some fish.
Did I tell you there's a character in Splatoon with your name?
Really?
He's a crustacean-looking guy that serves food that boosts your how much money you get from online matches, or how much experience you get in online matches, when you give him these like meal tickets. And his name is Krusty Sean.
Oh wow!
And I believe it's S-E-A-N Sean.
That's the right way to spell it. That's the only way to spell it.
I don't know. When I was little, there was a Sean in the other side of our apartment when I was living in Lindenhurst, and his name was spelled S-H-A-W-N.
No, I'm saying like Sean is like the most real way to spell it. How I spell it.
Oh, okay.
And of course there's other ways to spell it, but, you know. The right way to spell it.
I wonder if people are ever just indecisive and picky, like over naming their kids a certain spelling it a certain way. Like, let's name him Sean, and it's like, I want it spelled S-E-A-N. It's like, no, I want it spelled S-H-A-W-N. Like, I wonder if parents are ever like...
They might be, I don't know.
I never thought about that till just now, actually. I mean, that'd be a pretty funny thing to see, like, in a show.
Is it 2 coconuts or 3? I forgot.
I think it's 2. You know what's kind of surprising is it's not like they ask you to get a Powerpuff Fruit or anything.
Yeah. But again, the winner gets to share a Powerpuff Fruit with Kyrie.
Yeah, it's true. I was just thinking this, I don't know whatever else the voice actor of Riku is in, but I know his 2 most famous roles, if anything, are the Kingdom Hearts series, and he was the boy in 7th Heaven. He was the little boy in that show.
What's his name again?
David Gallagher?
Huh.
Like, I don't know if any of his other works are, like, really notable as compared to this or 7th Heaven. I never watched 7th Heaven, but I know he was in it. Didn't we name it Butthead the first time?
I think so, I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure we named it Butthead.
Oh.
I think we lowercase it. I mean, you can capitalize it though if you want. You can put the dash at the bottom left. Right.
Now we'll just do it Buckhead.
I remember AVG. Is that an AVGN reference?
I don't know.
Because in his review of the Beavis and Butthead game on Sega Genesis and SNES, he said he was saying maybe his parents meant to name him Butheed. Phone's almost full of charge. You know what we have been avoiding talking about that we really should is this really cool universal controller that's been in development for 2 years, and the Kickstarter just reached its funding. Shady Psychic Readers Network sues Rockstar Games.
Okay, my count.
The Psychic Readers Network is suing Rockstar over Grand Theft Auto Vice City's character Auntie Paulette, played by actress Yuri Harris. Harris also played Miss Cleo on the network.
Oh wow.
People, I feel like, really love to try and sue Rockstar for the dumbest things, and usually it's because they think that their likeness is ripped off of for a character. Like, I remember when GTA 5 was first came out, Lindsay Lohan tried to sue Rockstar because she assumed that they ripped off her likeness because of the slutty teenage daughter of Michael's. And it's like, no, like, they even confirmed that it's like based off of a real life, like, supermodel. Like, it's not you at all. Oh, he was nice enough to just let you catch up to him.
To the pause.
He was nice enough to let you catch up to him.
Oh, well, I still lose. I hate this level.
Sometimes I won, sometimes I lost.
And Sora gets pissed off either way.
Oh, I thought you were saying the other day that Riku gets pissed off either way.
No,
It's like,
Sora
why
gets
is
pissed off either way.
Because when you beat Riku, Riku looks pissed.
No, dude, Sora's always pissed.
Because when you beat Riku, like, he has like a pissed off face being like, man, it was just a joke, or he says something weird, I don't know. Or it's like, I think either that, or he's just like, it's just a stupid race, like, big deal. He said something that sounds like a sore loser would say. But this controller we are talking about, that we keep getting sidetracked because of our ADD and ADHD, there's a universal controller that's been in development for 2 years, and it's coming out May 2018, and it just recently today reached its goal of, I think it, last I checked, I think it said like 62,000 something, and at the time it was like 59,000 something, so I'm like, within just a couple of hours of finding out about this thing, it had already reached its goal that quickly.
That's awesome.
And it is called the All Controller. You can use it on Mac, Linux, your laptop, iOS, PC. You can use it on like Android. If you have an Android or iPhone, you can use it on those. You can use it on your Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, Nintendo Wii, Nintendo Wii U. Soon to be, like when it gets support for it. They'll update it eventually and add Switch support, so you can use it as a Switch controller, which, if you don't want to pay the $70, which is cheaper in the long run than buying this controller, if you don't want to spend the $70 on the Switch Pro controller, which is a crazy amount of money for a better controller for the Switch, but it supposedly does handle better with certain games. It's like a better, because like the controller for the Switch is like kind of like cramped with the way it feels when you have the Joy-Cons, but this controller looks like it's a mix between the Xbox One controller and the Switch Pro controller.
Yeah, you're right.
That's kind of what it reminded me of. Those two controllers, like, put together is what it looked like, to me at least. I don't know about everyone else. But this controller, how it's going to work on every system, basically, ever. And if you can't get it to work for an older system because of not being able to connect it because of it being wireless or whatever, well, hey, there's a dongle you can connect it to your systems, and if you have emulation, you can still play those old games using a controller, so emulation's a thing, so you can do that. So technically, you can use it to play any game ever, and that's not an exaggeration. Even PC games that are only keyboard and mouse, you can use it, and you will use the controller as a keyboard and mouse, pretty much. Like how I do with some games on Joy to Key, to map the controllers to a keyboard to a controller of how they are. Like I did that to Pokemon Uranium and some other fan games on my computer.
Oh, nice.
Because that was the only way I'd be able to play them with the controller. And this controller, I'll wait until this cutscene ends.
One who knows nothing can understand nothing.
I never figured it out. Is that guy supposed to be an Organization 13 member? Because they look nothing of how they look in Kingdom Hearts 2.
No, it's not an Organization 13 member. I forgot who this was.
I forgot who it is too, because I was going to say, the designs are completely different from the two games then. Because in Kingdom Hearts 2, they're in black cloaks, and that guy was in a brown cloak and looked kind of fat. So this controller is called the All Controller, and how is it going to work with every single system ever, you asked? It has built-in drivers that support all those different types of systems. So when you want to boot it up and use it on a certain console, you gotta plug the dongle into the console you're using, and select to connect a specific driver for that system, to like the corresponding driver, depending on what system you want to play. And just select it. There you go. There's your controller. So, fuck getting a Switch Pro controller. I can get this controller. It may be a little bit more expensive than a Switch Pro controller, yes, but I can use it a lot more and get a better, more use out of it because I'm able to use it on other types of systems.
Right.
I was gonna say, remember 2, not 1. Good. I mean, I don't know if there's any left for certain options. You can select to get a wired one or a wireless one, and it depends all on how much you donate. To donate, I think it's cheaper to get the wired one, but the wireless one, if you want that one, I believe is like $96. And just getting the controller is not enough. You have to have a dongle to use with it, so that way you plug in the stick into the console, and there you go, and then you're using the controller. It's kind of like how you have a Bluetooth little flash drive on my computer to be able to play Wii games on Dolphin, because it's like not the piece isn't registered to anything, and then I just use a Bluetooth program on it, run Dolphin through it, and I'm using my Wii remote on my computer. That's how I'm able to do that. So this is kind of like that, except being able to play pretty much, as I said, pretty much every game. They call it the old controller because they state you can play any game ever made using it. It may not be able to connect directly into an N64 because of the technology setup being different from that in this new controller, as it's being like mostly like a wireless controller, although you can get a corded one. But I mean, as I said, if you have an N64 emulator like Project 64, you can use it to play Paper Mario or Ocarina of Time or whatever other game you feel like playing on the N64, but it'll be on your computer or whatever else you're using to emulate the games, but I mean, you're still playing an N64 game at the end of the day using the controller.
That's very true.
I mean, that's so cool. And plus, they're also claiming that this controller runs better than using the controller that came with the system that you're playing with. Like, they're claiming that it's better than the controllers that came with the Switch. They're claiming it plays better than the DualShock PS4 controller. And that, like, it feels better and everything. They're claiming the same thing with the Xbox One controller, the Xbox 360, PS3 controller. Pretty much any console that came with, like, a specific controller like that, like, especially, like, the current gen systems, like, they're claiming it's, like, it's gonna even be better than those controllers, where it's like, alright, well, you can kiss your old controller goodbye and say hello to this new one, because you could do so much more with this one controller.
Kiss it, why don't you just marry it?
I mean, I don't know if it's still in development, but I remember hearing well over, like, a year or two ago that there was a controller in development, I don't know for what system, but, like, there was a controller in development that, you could have sex with.
What?
I never told you about that?
No?
I'm serious. You can literally stick your dick in and out to have sex with it.
Why? Why the fuck would you do that?
And you know what channel told me about that?
What?
Alpha Mega Sim.
Christ almighty.
And he even was like, what the fuck? He was even joking, like, saying, like, he can't imagine just, like, going over to a friend's house and, like, using the controller or whatever, and then he's like, thanks. He's like, wait, what's this, like, white stuff on the controller? This, like, dried up, crusty, like, white stuff on it. Like, that's just, the thought of that just disturbs the hell out of me. That's why I'm like, I really feel like this controller would be for, like, sad, fat, like, lonely men in their 40s. in their parents' basements. I mean, like, or just someone that really just can't get laid and has never seen a vagina. I mean, I never have, like, personally in real life, but, like, but still, it's like, why the hell, who thought this was a good idea to greenlight this being made?
Some fucked up person. That's fucking horrid.
I don't know if they're even making it anymore. I haven't heard anything about it since it was announced.
Sora,
I'm gonna look it up
take the raft and
and
go.
then see what it says, and I'll tell you.
Just kidding.
Ooh, Kari, Sora gonna fuck.
You're the one.
As I said initially, I'm pretty sure that there's definitely, like, fan porn of that.
You know,
I mean, there's no question.
I'm a little afraid of
I mean, DeviantArt's a disturbing place, dude.
where I go or what I see.
Game controller,
I know I can always come back here,
no,
right?
can
Yeah, of course.
have sex with.
Sora, don't ever change.
Yeah, this is from February of 2016.
Can't wait. Once we set sail, it'll be great.
And of course, Alpha Mega Sin's video from that back then is a video that pops up for it. But there's also articles here. There's now a video game controller you can have sex with. What a time to be alive. By Zeynep Yenisi, February 3rd, 2016. Do you love virtual reality games about anime goddesses and fighting monsters? Do you wish you could have sex with those anime goddesses? If answered yes to both of those questions, you're in luck, because your weird fantasy is about to come true. Somewhere out in San Francisco, a startup of 3 people created an adult VR game controller called Virtua Dolls that does exactly what you think it does. Gets you off with some interactive animated porn. Once you put on the virtual reality helmet, you are transported to the magical land of Arcadia, where you kick some monster ass and boink your controller while fooling yourself into thinking you're having sex with a cartoon. Are you uncomfortable yet? Because I am. So, yeah.
So yeah, stay sexy, you beautiful people.